Big's new roster, boys. So Mantu's back. Sin is in. Process is in. Favin's out. I think, source Twitch chat, but I believe Favin is a dad now. And I think that was part of the reason why he wanted to step back. In terms of hyped, I think it's just kind of like hyped to look pretty good at times, but then also just kind of look like whatever at other times. Mantu was pretty good. Mantu was in that spot where like Mantu was competing with the best teams in the world and he was on the cusp is how I describe it. He was a very consistent opper versus all the teams that weren't simple Shiro, Monacy, you know what I mean? Like, and it wasn't necessarily bad against those players and teams. It was just like, that's kind of your wall. From my understanding, Process has been doing pretty good on the academy team, even though that rating at a brief glance would not suggest it. Sin played with them earlier, didn't look bad, but also went back down and has been playing good. I mean, Crimbo and Tabson are both phenomenal. And yeah, Mantu can speak German. I know that. I feel a bit bad for Keto because I feel like Keto really did start to like find himself again, but then the team as a whole on Big just kind of like fell flat. So it feels a bit bittersweet with Keto, but I kind of understand why they're like, you know what, let's just give somebody else with, less experience. I mean, these guys are a few years younger than him. Not that that really matters too much when I feel like you're at this point. I don't find these changes to make any sense since the academy team qualified to Cologne with the main roster didn't. Like, what are they supposed to do? I'm pretty sure that was by design. So for those of you that don't know, they played in both rosters simultaneously. Like, they played both rosters to qualify for 2 different events at the same exact time. I'm not sure how this works or what the rules are for that or how you can move people up and down. I don't know. That's like an ESL thing that I'll be honest, like, I don't know, man. I feel like that stuff changes all the time. But they actually were using half the main roster. The big academy team did qualify for the play-ins for Cologne. However, if you looked at that roster, it was half main team, half academy. And then on the other side of it as well, they were playing another tournament and another qualifier as well, but I can't remember which one. To wrap that all up, I would imagine if you're doing that to begin with, I'm sure they had some sort of approval or knew what they were doing in terms of the roster. So I'm sure the main roster can still play the play-ins. Otherwise, that'd be kind of ridiculous, the things that they did.